Welcome to the place where nobody wants to know your name. It's Down in the Den After Dark. Welcome to Down in the Den After Dark. It's your boy Mars, and as always, I have the rest of the gang with me. Fellas, introduce yourself.
Go ahead, boy.
All right, what's good? It's John. Cash App. $sign John 8039. Yeah, I'm tripping. I'm lit right now. My bad. Yeah, here from Kent, Washington, by way of Oakland, California, and Hampton, Virginia.
We just started and my man lit, so you know this is going to be a good conversation. And below me, my boy, as always, Drew. Introduce yourself, give the people your deets.
What it do, man? Once again, man, you know, y'all see the Cash App, but if you don't, it's $sign J Leggett 83. I got the IG J Leggett 83. Shit, we back in, man. And what it is, but this ain't really it. Y'all know I'm ready till I die. Just go with the motherfucking dirt. We couldn't crack in the day.
We'll see if we can edit the logo or something because he is not representing the Seahawks at all. And he just haven't been covered bald because we all can't have the luscious locks like myself, But you know how we roll that male pattern baldness. That might be another episode, but
man,
thank you, Dollar Shave Club, for that fucking executives. Love that shit.
There you go. So today's episode, man, we're gonna have a somewhat serious talk, but we always have hilarity because that's just what we do. But with the pandemic hopefully coming to an end, more people being vaccinated. I think at last count it was about 41% of the U.S. population. States are opening up, but there's been what you got in your cup, John?
Well, this is some Bullet bourbon.
We always got to do a Vice Alert. Vice Alert. What are we drinking on?
Bullet bourbon. Pretty good. Some whiskey. Pretty good.
Okay, and my man got the Cuervo, and of me, I'm doing a healthy kick today, so I have essential water, pH balance. But so today we're going to be talking about mental health. We're going to be talking about the pandemic, and we're just going to kick it off, man. So, like I said, right now, more and more people are experiencing mental health issues. They say depression is up, suicides are up. A lot of things are up. It seems like it's a lot of pressure. It's been so many shootings lately. It seems to me people are just losing it right now, man. What are y'all? How have y'all been dealing with this pandemic this last year? And have you experienced any issues with mental health, either due to the pandemic or just recently? Who wants to start?
John, I'll let you go. Age before you.
All right. Well, I mean, just being in the house constant has been, when you're with your significant other and, the fam, it's been, stressful. But, as long as you keep yourself busy, something to do, it's cool. But it's been some people I've seen, like my old neighbor, he just went off and he would start riding his 4-wheeler down the street. Flashing, or he would drink a beer and then come over and start flashing, or he'd come over with a shovel with no reason. I knew he had problems. So yeah, it's just you got to have something to at least keep yourself busy. But some people are just crazy.
John, we got to clarify by flashing, you mean showing rage and anger, not.
Oh yeah, he was for real showing rage and anger. Dude came over with a damn what was it, a air pistol. Coming over with an air pistol, I'm just ready to kill people. I'm we on the porch, looking at him he needs to go sit his ass somewhere. Call the police.
You're gonna lightly bruise someone to death with an air pistol. Drew, how about you, man? How have you been coping through this pandemic with so many changes going on? How have you been coping mentally?
Honestly, bro, I've been teetering the fence a little bit, man. I've started to understand myself a little more with this shit. I'm low-key fucked up. You know what I mean? I understand, I deal with depression, you know what I'm saying? And this shit is it's triggered a whole lot of stuff. my life hasn't really changed. I still go to work every day, but in the type of facility I work at, it's a lot of triggers because I deal with a lot of drug and mental illness people. You know what I'm saying? And like it's really stressful. You know what I'm saying? And in my personal life, you know, like it affected because of the triggers that I'm going through so much at work. It's kind of hard not to bring it home, but I try my best not to. But like I'm low key fucked up at a lot of times. Like I have to, you know, find ways to myself to decompress so I don't bring that shit. Like a lot of praying and uh, sitting to myself. Like I be to myself a lot. Like y'all see up behind me, like this is my garage. Like I sit in here a lot just to keep my mental right because I have to bring myself down. Because like John said, like a rage. Y'all know me, man. Like I used to go into some rages, like as a kid. Like I could go into that shit. You know what I mean? Like certain things would trigger me, and I'd be mad and ready to fight. So like I'm fucked up at a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? I would say 50-50 some days.
Yeah, man. And triggers are key. It's definitely, and for me on my matter, it's definitely been an interesting year. You know, I saw the end of a marriage occur. You know, I realized I never lived alone at my age. I always, when I was younger, I lived with my parents. When I was in college, I had a roommate. When I got my first apartment, I had a roommate. And then I went right into being married and had a spouse. And then when that ended, it was the first time that I really lived by myself. It was just my dog. And number one, it shows you just the comfort level, how we get and how we are social creatures, how we are meant to be. And it wasn't a great time to be newly separated or newly divorced because it was a pandemic. So you couldn't go out with people. You couldn't. My profession outside of being a digital content creator was moved home, so I was able to telework. But you didn't have your people in the office. You didn't have your friends in the office. My parents are older, so I didn't really want to go out. So it was definitely the first year that I really realized that mental health is important because I've always been. You guys have known me for decades. I'm the first guy with a joke. Never really, I don't think any guys have ever seen me cry or anything. I'm always just like ready to joke. Stuff is funny to me. I'm very lighthearted. I don't take anything seriously. So it was definitely a different change. And I had some dark moments, you know, earlier in the year. You can't go outside. You're not getting the sun. You're not around people. It's definitely challenging. Have any of you guys ever considered therapy or meditation or any type of alternative methods to handle? And Drew, you want to start?
Yeah, man. Therapy, I feel like for men in general, because I don't know how, you know, everybody else is, you know, came up, but like I came up to where I was told like, you know, men's supposed to not show emotion, you know what I mean? So we're supposed to hold it in. And, you know, I was taught bullshit because now I have to reprogram myself. But I think therapy is good. Meditation and breathing, you know what I'm saying? But you can't let the best of your mindset, because sometimes, like in the words of Bushwick Bill and Scarface and Willie D, your mind will play tricks on you. You know what I'm saying? It'll tell you something that really ain't the truth. That's why mental health is seriously real. So you might consider a therapist, and when I'm saying a therapist, like somebody that's licensed, not your homeboy that you're gonna go drink and smoke with, or the bar going with, because they're gonna tell you what you want to hear just because. You got to get somebody that's going to tell you some truth about yourself, because they don't know you. So they're just going to tell you some truth. You're going to have to be receptive to taking it in and trying to work. You know what I mean? They're going to give you some pointers or some things, you know what I mean? And I encourage people to try it. You know what I mean? I've done it, and I'm probably going to end up doing it again. I've taken anger management and just therapy, you know what I mean? Just for myself, you know what I'm saying? But like, it works. It helps.
Yeah. And John, any experiences with therapy or any opinions on therapy?
Uh, Honestly, my opinion on therapy is I honestly need therapy. Like, yeah, I've always kept everything bottled in, and I know I do. So, yeah, I've always kept everything bottled in, never like really showed emotion. So, like, yeah, I know I need therapy. Like, Yeah, like my thing of like how I cope with everything is I go sit at the park for about a good hour and a half, smoke a blunt, listen to music, and zone out in the grass for a good hour and a half. So like I do that on a daily basis. So like that's my thing, you know. But I know I need to talk to somebody. I never really admitted it years ago, but I need to. Like, and I probably will, and I will go to see therapy eventually once I have the time to do it. But right now, I just been focused on like doing and getting everything right with myself.
Yeah, and I think it's natural for people to self-medicate, which meditation, relaxation, having a drink. Everybody has different ways to cope with handling those stressors and those triggers. I know for me, for the last 6 months, I've been talking to an online therapist, and that's the beauty about technology and Zoom. At least twice a week, I'll speak to an online therapist. And like Drew said, it's good to have someone that doesn't know you, because people that know you tend not to want to hurt you, or they have ammunition to try to hurt you more because they know when you did this or that. They know where some of those skeletons are buried. So for me, it's definitely been positive to the point where, with my ex, we have a friendly, cordial relationship where, we can still talk. We're cool. All of those issues are not really a problem. I have a lot more peace of mind. And, I'm happier than I was at the beginning of the year. But yeah, I think a lot of people self-medicate. Either they have that beer before they even talk to their family, or it's a specific meal that they have to have that'll get them off. Or, in states where it's legal, they might decompress by, smoking something or having an edible or whatever, which I don't think anything is wrong with those coping mechanisms, but actually talking to someone that actually is licensed, I think, is very important, especially right now with the rates of suicide and depression at some of the highest levels. What do you guys think about, is this something that's just really coming to a head as a country because we have so much PTSD from seeing? I know all three of us are people of color, and I know seeing people getting choked out and beat up by police every day is a stressor for me, or a trigger for me. Any of you guys feel more impact due to seeing people that look like us on the news, what seems like every day?
Yeah, man. Because I was a victim of that, like I'm triggered by that shit, like to a degree where I can't watch it anymore because it does something to me. It really affects me. Like I really had my ass whipped by a police officer at the age of 20. At the age of 20, like a couple weeks before my 21st birthday, and I was just going to go and take my mom something to eat for her job. I stopped. I didn't have no driver's license. I'm out the car and I'm talking, and next thing you know, three other cars surround, and I got my ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they took me to a holding cell for 2 hours, made up this little fake story, and then told me I had to basically find this paper, they'll let me go. And when I went to court, like, and I defend of everything that's on this paperwork, and I'm like, that didn't happen. They told in my statement that they said that I ran a blue mailbox, one of those federal. Right. They said I damaged it and I hit it, but I wasn't in a high space. So how could I damage this property if and I was driving my mother's car and they let her come pick her car up around. The judge told me all I want to hear is guilty or innocent. So I'm like, well, damn, I had no choice. So I ended up having to plead guilty, and instead of me going to jail, they gave me 2 weeks community service with a 2 bond. You know what I'm saying? But I still have scars in my hand. Like I had rocks all in my hand that I had to pick out. My face was all bruised up, and shit, I was tore up. I'm triggered by that. I don't even like when I see police behind me or near me. Like I get shaky.
Yeah. John, have you ever had any experiences with police brutality or anything like that?
Pulled out of my friend's car. for just okay. Of course she was a white woman, and I'm in the car, and the first place they came pulled off on the drive on the freeway, pulled us over because they said I had weed on me, and I didn't have any weed on me. They said I looked suspicious when I was really on the passenger side asleep, so they pulled me out the car, patted me down, found out, asked me if I had warrants or anything, didn't have anything, and then they let me go within like 30 minutes to an hour later. So we on the side of the freeway for about an hour.
Yeah. Now, I've never been physically assaulted by a police officer, but I've definitely had inappropriate um, reactions. I remember one time years ago, me and my boy RG, shout out to my boy RG, Ryan Kingperv, Faith. But you remember that Camaro he had, that black Camaro he had?
Yeah.
We were in Virginia Beach. I remember this like it was yesterday. We're in Virginia Beach cruising the strip, you know, and we're in the Camaro. This Camaro was beat to hell because Ryan drove it like he was Luke Duke. And it was missing a speaker on one side, and it had a cassette. And I never forget, we were listening to the Cisco debut album.
Wait a minute, the Enter the Dragon.
Y'all don't make me unleash the
Wait a
dragon.
minute, was I there?
No, you wasn't there for this one. It was just me.
Okay.
But so just to say, that shouldn't even, which I would listen to, you should have never told nobody.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about two dudes in a two-seater listening to Cisco, in retrospect, I don't know if I want to finish the rest of the story, but you know, hey, whatever. The man's happily married. And,
Were y'all playing it loud too?
No, and that's the thing. He was missing a speaker, so you could only go but so loud. And we're on the strip, and if you've ever been to Virginia Beach for all the D.E.N mates, if you've ever been to the East Coast from Virginia Beach, it's a long strip that I would say is probably maybe 5 miles.
Oh yeah,
and
liable to see horses and shit.
You just walk back and forth. There's cops everywhere, and if you have a car, you drive back and forth and play your booming system. That's what was done in the late '90s, early 2000s. Ryan did not have a booming system. He had, and it was cassette. He had a bass speaker. The system was whack. It sounded like an alarm clock. And I remember we were on, I think, y'all gonna make me, there was a song with Beanie Mac, because I never forget. It was like, y'all gonna let Mac unleash the dragon. And boop, I'm like, damn, somebody don't like Beanie Mac, aka Beanie Sequel. So we get pulled over. Y'all cats gonna make Mac unleash the dragon. I'm gonna be all black underneath your wagon or something.
Was that Enter the Dragon by Cisco?
Yeah. That was the name of the album, but
I think that was the name of the song.
It may have been. So I never forget Officer Matthews. I hope you're retired because you're a jackass, but I never forget this. And this was like 2000. Officer Matthews pulled us over. Virginia Beach Police Department pulls us over. Goes to the driver's side. Nice car you got here, because we two 17, 16-year-olds, and Ryan had a brand new car. His parents paid dough, so he had a brand new car. And nice car you got here. And Ryan was the most officer-friendly type brother I ever met. He didn't think police were actually out to potentially harm him. And he's, good evening, officer. What seems to be the problem? And the officer says, well, do you know why I pulled you over? And, you know, I've watched First 48, so I know don't snitch on yourself. And you say, no, why did you pull over? Ryan says, was my radio too loud? I wasn't speeding. He was like, that's it. Your radio was way too loud. I heard it from 3 cars back. So me being the smart ass that I am with 147 IQ, I say, well, actually, officer, you mentioned that you heard the bass from 3 cars back. The bass designates, so it's no way that you could hear exactly which car it comes from. Also, we have nightclubs on each side with other cars. So how would you be able to know it's our vehicle? And my friend only has 1 speaker. We didn't have the volume up because we could hear ourselves talk. So that's not true. So instantly he comes over to my side. License. I said, I'm not driving. Right. I don't have my license on me. I had my license on me, but I wasn't going to give it to him. So I said, I don't have my license on me, nor was I driving. So he didn't like that. He instantly says, hey, can I search your car? I'm like, Ryan, do not give this man permission. We had nothing. Neither one of us drank or smoked at the time. And he searches the car, tears all the stuff, got us sitting on the curb looking stupid. People driving by looking at us like we're that's Pablo
Criminals.
Escobar, and couldn't find anything, and it gives him a ticket for a sound ordinance. And so even then, it was just a situation that this guy was hating that these young black kids were in a car better than him. Then I had another situation in Norfolk. I was dropping my ex-girlfriend off, which was my girlfriend at the time, and I was dropping her off, and I was going 3 miles over the speed limit. 3 miles over the speed limit. He pulled me over for going 3 miles over the speed limit and told me, did I know they sold drugs in this neighborhood? And I was like, well, no, officer, I don't sell or purchase drugs, so I didn't know. I don't think he liked that. And he gave me a ticket for going 3 miles over the speed limit. But other than that, I haven't really had any personal confrontations with cops, but I've definitely seen enough. We partner over at Politics as Usual, our other show, available on YouTube. My partner there, she runs an organization, and they're all about, it's a charitable organization about keeping people safe from police and knowing their rights. And so I see it working with her on that show, which is a more serious side. I see how much, especially our area, we've been in the news, the Hampton Roads area has been on the news, seems like every week for some type of police brutality. So it's hot out there. It's hot right there.
Yeah, man, that shit is it's dangerous being a man of color, a woman of color, even a child of color, going outside of your house. And damn near it ain't even safe to be in your house because shit, that just kick in your door, knock on it or something like that. They drive through it. If you walk into your house, they'll get with you.
Now, John, you mentioned that you exercise, go out, walk in the park, have your little party favor, whatever it may be, to help distress. Are there any other tips that you would advise for people that you feel, besides getting out there, getting some vitamin D and some sunshine, and have you found any other tools that you feel have helped you with stress during this pandemic?
I stay away, man. I really do. I really
say
any type of encounter.
Long walks. Long walks help. Yeah, I mean, long walks. I mean, if you like the beach, go to the beach. Read a book.
Yeah, and we know you don't read, so we're gonna scratch that. But no, for me, I found getting out my creative outlet instead of just working in corporate America, digging more into doing these shows, doing these podcasts, giving back a little bit more, helping with the community has helped a lot. So I think those are definitely some things that can help with mental health, is getting out there and getting active and talking to people, telling other people, because you're probably not the only person that is having mental health issues or even thinking about having mental health issues. So there were some things that I wanted to just bring up. Online therapy, as I mentioned, is out there. You can always call 888-581-8221, which is a 24/7 mental health hotline. We'll put that in the font, but that's 888-581-8221. They have apps. Online therapy is a good thing. Meditation is a good thing. I've started to meditate a little bit more. Just taking some time to be isolated by myself, going outside. I don't really drink coffee, but putting a blanket in the grass, getting some vitamin D from the sun, sunshine, that helps a lot. Drew, have you found any or have any tips that you think can help people with their mental health, and just especially for men out there?
Honestly, you really have to speak on it, man. Like, don't hold it in. Like, us just having this talk, this does a lot for other people too. It just includes, like myself, just talking about it, it helps me. You know what I'm saying? So I really stress to people like men, women, children, like really speak about it and don't hold it in. Stress is another big cause of people dying. You have a stroke, heart attacks, all those things. Speak on it. You know what I mean? Say something like, yo, everybody needs help in life. So you should say, yo, like I'm feeling like this because of this, this, and this. Like I need to get it out. Like a resource, somebody might just say, yo, I might can't do nothing for you, but take you over to this resource. You walk in this building and say, hey, I need to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just like you gave out that number, that's a resource for somebody. That's help. We all should help each other. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is a serious situation in life in general now. And it ain't like mental health is new. It's been going around for many, many decades before us, but it was covered up. It was so, like the kid that's acting bad, he probably got a little mental health or something like that. So they whoop his ass. Now granted, some kids need their ass whooped because they bad, but it could be something here or something in an environment. You know what I mean? The things of what we watch on TV, those things trigger us for a lot of things. So it's best that we speak on it. But then for the person that's listening, really listen. You have to use your listening skills and see, like, this person is basically saying that I need help without telling you to help me. Somebody just might need you to listen, or might just say, oh, well, I know where you can go. Let's go over here. Like, really, it's a lot of different things. Sometimes reflect to be to yourself just a little bit. And when I say a little bit, like, just sit there and just close your eyes, breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. If you got to do it loud or so like that, sit in your car, whatever, and never feel ashamed if you got to do that in public. You ain't nothing wrong with you or nothing wrong with doing that in public. If people stop and laugh, whatever, fuck them, because they dealing with something too. But like they want to hide that shit. Like, that's cowardly. If everybody want to laugh at somebody because they're like taking a deep breath, you going through something. No, it ain't. It don't make you less of a human being or a man or woman or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Breathe. And honestly, you gotta rest. You really have to rest your body. Mentally and physically. So if you gotta go lay somewhere and just kind of zone out, go to sleep, do that too. You know what I'm saying? It's many more other things, but like those are some of the things that I do. Like, I don't turn on my TV sometimes. Like, I'll turn off my phone. Y'all could be calling me now. It's love, but shit, it might be fuck y'all right now because I need me. You know what I'm saying? So I might just go to sleep and zone out. You know what I mean? Because I can wake back up and feel refreshed or whatever. And I believe in God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's a whole bunch of other religions, respect to y'all, but I believe in God. You know what I'm saying? So me, I'll talk to God like I'm talking to y'all. I'll have this conversation like, yo, God, what is it you're trying to tell me? What you trying to show me? Because I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I need some guidance. I need some help. Just wherever you need me or put me to be or help me coping with something, just help me. You know what I'm saying? That's my word of advice.
Nice. And those are all awesome tips. I have another hotline out there because, once again, suicide has spiked veterans, people. We're seeing gray divorces now. I saw Bill Gates and Melinda Gates just announced that divorce. Melinda, I'm single. Hey, big head. But yeah, if you facts. I will be her boy to y'all. I will cancel this whole show. Y'all will see me with a leash on and some leather chaps with my baby Melinda Gates. Like, hey, I'll be straight up. I'm a man from Baby Boy with the robe, making her breakfast. But
riding horses.
Exactly. If you feeling some stress though, then we always have to have some levity on the show. But if you're feeling some stress, there's help always available. Hell, you can shoot us a message at Down in the Den. I'm sorry, Mars Entertainment. I'll talk to you. It's that serious. But 800-273-8255. I know Logic had that song, I don't want to die, but it's serious, So if you feel like you need to talk to someone, feel like you're going to hurt yourself, please dial the Suicide National Prevention Hotline. There's always someone to talk to. But John, we're gonna go around. We're gonna do some closing words, and then we're gonna wrap this episode. Give everybody your cash apps again, and let them know where they can find you. John, if you wanted to give the den mates a closing word.
All right. Well, let everybody know to stay peaceful, stay healthy. hit me up on my Instagram, Eyes to My Soul A. Let me see, my Cash App, $ John John 8039, and everybody just take a time to reflect to yourself and get right with yourself.
Perfect. Drew, if you want to give them some closing words and give them your deeds.
Yeah, peace and blessings, man, for real, for sure. Really take the time out to really think about everything we just talked about today, though, y'all. Like, this is real for real. But you can hit me up. I finally did activate my Snapchat again, so it's Shortman8300. Instagram is JLeg83, JLeg83 it might be, but shit, you can type in Shortman8300 and shit'll pop up. You know what I'm saying? Lock me in, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? We'll chop it up. You know what I mean? I don't really talk about nothing, and I really don't post. But shoot, if you hit me up, let's chop it up.
Definitely. And bless my man. His Cash App is $J Leggett, JLEGGETT83. And of course, as always, your boy Mars. You can find me on Twitter under Shawn930. That's SHAWN930. You can find me on Instagram under Mars, MARZ_entertainment, ETERTAINMENT. You can also find me for business opportunities if you want to talk about advertising revenue, endorsements, if you want to talk about being a guest on the show. The business account is DITD_studios on Instagram. You can get with me if you want to. We have a lot of guests coming up on our other shows. Also, please check out Politics as Usual. If you're here looking at YouTube, it's right there under the series link. We talk about politics and what's going on in the African-American community. It's real serious. And then, of course, we have Down in the Den visuals where we have the nerd stuff. So if you want, we're talking Star Wars and lightsabers and Black Panther and Marvel. So we have something for everybody at the network. Please support my boys. They're doing so much with this conglomerate. We're just getting bigger. We're just getting better. We're going to take over the world. So you might as well get in or get down. Choice is yours. But anyway, that sounded violent. Please don't come at me. I'm not violent. I'm a hippie, so please don't try to come at me. But anyway.
Come at him. I will fuck you up. Trust me.
He will. He definitely will. I don't need to. I got people. So, I wouldn't recommend it. But anyway, as always, we thank you so much. It's your boy Mars, a.k.a. Marlon Beardo, the Bearded Weirdo, signing off for my man John John and my man Drew Dog. Please hit them up, support the crew. That's how we're going to grow. And as always, deuces.